Yo, what is going on, my friends? This is Jake of JG Calisthenics, and if you're new to the channel, by the way, and this is your first time here, then I highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications, because I make new videos every Monday and Thursday specifically for people like you to help you build more strength, more muscle, and shed more fat with calisthenics and bodyweight training. So, as the title of this video suggests, we're going to be going over my current calisthenics upper body strength workout, right? And pretty much everything I'm doing is basically going towards my primary goals with my coach, and that is the 4 big primary goals, I guess you could say, in calisthenics, which is the one-arm chin-up, the planche push-up, the handstand push-up, and the front lever row, right? In this workout, I will not be doing any handstand push-up progressions, as I was actually recently recovering from a concussion I gave myself when doing handstand push-up progressions on rings, which I explained in a previous video. Right now, I'm working out in the gym, as particularly for the lower body, I am focusing more on weights, whereas for the upper body is purely calisthenics and bodyweight strength training. And right now I'm working out 3 times a week, alternating between upper body and lower body. And as you'll see, as the intensity of the workouts are so high, that's why I train less so I can recover more. And as a result, I'm making a lot of gains by working smarter rather than harder with my coach, Phil Chubb from the Mindful Mover. And yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna stop blabbing and we're gonna get into the workout right now, and I'm gonna do a cheeky voice memo as I talk to you over this workout. Right, so first things first set, we're gonna do some accommodating resistance tuck planche push-ups, right? So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go down into an advanced tuck and then push up into a tuck planche. It's basically a way to make the entire rep extremely challenging so I could build more strength and muscle as a result and progress towards the almighty planche push-up itself. And honestly, training less frequently in the week, obviously I'm able to push myself at a higher intensity. That's basically the point of it. And after this, I extend the set by doing advanced tuck push-up eccentrics, right? And sometimes I obviously don't get in straight away, so it's all right. I'm not perfect, right? And obviously it's like anything, I also always need to do some things to improve my form. As you can see here, this first set, I really need to work on not piking my hips up so much. Obviously after recording this, I realized that I need to have my hips more in line with my shoulders rather than being too above or too low. Otherwise it makes it easier than it needs to be, when obviously we don't want that. We want to make it as challenging as possible, so we'll make the most gains possible, right? And so yeah, you'll find that when you actually start working towards the planche push-up, it's like the free gains are absolutely insane. Like I said, my coach talks about that a lot on his Instagram. Basically, by selecting the right exercises, you can make a wide range of gains in other exercises, like let's say ring dips or weighted dips or whatever, right? Without having to directly work on them, because by doing the right exercises, like the planche push-up, gives you a wide variety of gains because the strength carryover is so great with this exercise, right? And so with a paired set, I'll rest for about 2 minutes and work towards a mixed grip chin up drop set. So as you could see, with my non-working arm, I'm barely gripping onto the rings to make it as challenging as possible. Then I lower down even more so onto my working side. Again, this is using accommodating resistance, where I pull up where it's very challenging, and then as I lower down even more to my working side to make the eccentric even more challenging. Again, making the exercise as intense as possible so I can make as much gains as possible, right? And as I fatigue with these, again, this is the first set, so sets beyond that, it's actually much more challenging. I will then, actually no, sorry, it's not this one. Basically, I'm just going to do this one on my left arm, my stronger side. Then after this, you're going to see I switch my grip, where basically I grip on to the ring of my assistant arm with a full grip, as this is kind of like a drop set. With weights, you'd use like dumbbells or barbell of a certain weight, and then once it gets too hard and you fatigue, you then extend the set by using a lighter weight. This is kind of the same with body weight, but obviously it looks slightly differently as we're manipulating our body weight instead, rather than using like an external load, right? Again, this is an exercise my coach Phil says about that, you know, gives you free gains in a wide variety of exercises, one of them being the weighted chin up. So I'd be curious, I'm not sure when, but I think I need to have like a weighted chin up, like max test or whatever, because I haven't really done weighted chin ups, and it would be interesting to see the carryover from the one arm chin up progressions to our weighted chin ups, right? And so after these, what we're gonna do now, oh, I've lost my shirt. Basically, at this stage of the workout, we're doing some accommodating resistance lean forward push-ups. So as you can see here, I lean further forward than eccentric to make it even more challenging, and then push up. And one thing I forgot to note, but basically if you see any exercises where obviously there's a break in between, this is where I'm also utilizing something called rest pause training, where basically you perform part of a set and then you'll rest for like 10 to 30 seconds before continuing the set. This allows you to, you know, sustain that high intensity, which is very important for me based on how I'm training, and you fatigue slower. So again, you can actually accumulate a larger workload while actually working out high intensity, rather than just doing a few reps and then once you fatigue, you're done. It's like, no, we keep on going. We just rest more in between the set, as you can see. And this is kind of a bit like a drop set. I'm basically not leaning as far forward as I'm beginning to fatigue. And as you can see by my facial expressions, it's really beginning to get tough. And yeah, these are great as well. These are a great progression for the planche push-up as a whole. And again, I would do at this workout, I would do some 4-inch motion pipe push-up variations. But instead, as I said, I didn't really want to do that with my concussion, as you know, my head felt really damn foggy since that concussion. But anyway, I think these are the last 2 reps we're going to work on. As you can see, as the set is beginning to fatigue, this is where the growth really happens. This is what separates the champions from the losers, right? And last set, last rep, oh, not the most pretty, but it's done, right? And then after this, I pair this with basically like a drop set, where this is progression towards the front lever row. So here I'm doing some arching pull-ups where I'll arch my back, and then pull up where my chest meets the bar. And so the rep only counts when my chest meets the bar. It looks similar to an actual pull-up, but it's actually way harder because of how the leverage changed. Do you know what I mean? And as you can see here, I'm coming off the bar, doing some rest pause training so I can do more reps and sustain a higher intensity and not fatigue as quickly. You know what I mean? And after this, I'll do a drop set where I'll do some arc body rows. Again, as you can see, pulling more towards my waistline. This carries over more to the front lever row and the front lever as a whole. And yeah, this is an exercise that feels somewhat strange at first, because it's almost like a push and a pull at the same time. It's a pull, but the way you push, the way you pull to your waistline makes it feel like you're also pushing down as well. It's a great exercise again for progressing towards the front lever row. As you can see here, doing some rest pause training so I can continue sustaining that high intensity and do more reps so I can make the most gains possible, and then give myself the much deserved recovery time, because with this kind of intensity I need my recovery time is essential, as I've told you why obviously I don't work out as often as you may think. Work out intensely 3 times a week. In fact, with the intensity raising up, Phil's actually told me we're gonna probably have to start working towards 2 times a week sessions instead with the higher intensity. So finishing up with some flexibility and shoulder mobility work, doing a passive hang for about 30 seconds, and here doing an eagle hang, where basically this pretty much improves your shoulder flexion and extension. Looks pretty strange, but the gains are very, very rewarding, and I'm just using a bit of assistance here because obviously doing it without any feet assistance is too challenging for me right now. So just working on that technique, working on that form, so I can make those gains in a very progressive manner based on where I'm at right now. And finishing up, again, last thing, more shoulder extension, German hang, and again doing it with some feet assistance. And as you can see here, this is my current physique after workout. Obviously I don't look like this all the time, not in the perfect lighting, or especially after a workout where I've got a bit of a muscle pump. But yeah, this is where my physique is at right now. Obviously literally for the upper body, it's only advanced body weight variations and exercises, basically prioritizing strength training. I don't really focus on aesthetics as a primary goal. It's more just a byproduct of the strength I actually build within my workouts as a whole, and getting stronger relative to my body weight. So yeah, that is about that. That was upper B, I believe. So upper A, the other upper body workout I have in my program, my coach right now, is slightly different. And as I said, no handstand push-ups or pike push-ups because of my concussion. But today, as of this recording, I did actually do some vertical pushing, which is very good sign that I'm pretty much good to go now. And as we're on the topic of my coach, as you're watching this video, you may actually be following Phil and Martina Chubb yourself on Instagram, The Mindful Mover. In fact, I have actually done a video with them, kind of did a cheeky little interview with them on this YouTube channel, which I may link up somewhere around here for you. And I mean, initially for me, before I reached out to them, I believe May 2019 last year, I was always sensitive to reaching out for coaching. Do you know what I mean? I found that I myself as a coach, I found it was almost somewhat challenging to kind of accept the fact that I also needed support myself, you know? I always had this fallacy that, like, if I'm a coach myself, I need to lead by example, so I need to show everyone I'm the best and I don't need any help or support whatsoever, which obviously isn't the case. And from all the injuries I gave myself in 2018, because of trying to figure it out myself, that's where I really felt that I actually needed support, right? And I feel that, you know, reaching out for support isn't exactly like a weakness, it's actually strength to kind of be able to reach out for support and just understand what you actually need help with. Do you get what I mean? I find as well, working with Phil, I find in general, not just from what I experience as a trainee, but what I also see in my clients, is that obviously a big factor with, you know, our results is also accountability. Like, because I find that, you know, when we have someone holding us high and have, you know, invest in our results, then we actually dedicate to a far higher level relative to, like, if we were to actually do it ourselves, you know what I mean? And I find as well, just not with the clear guidance and, you know, no trial and error for me now, like when I was doing all my programming myself, I found as well that if for me to actually, you know, help you watch this video the best way possible, I also need to progress the best way possible myself. Do you know what I mean? Again, I guess it's kind of like anything, you know. I think people kind of look at me as a coach and just be like, oh, Jake's perfect, Jake is so knowledgeable, Jake knows everything. Really, a lot of what I teach, you know, on this YouTube channel and to my clients when it comes to, you know, that stage beyond, like the basics of beginner calisthenics, is really what I've been taught by my coach, right? And that's why I myself have invested in the coach, not just to, you know, really benefit my own progress, but to also benefit you, so you can transform your physique and your life as a whole the best way possible, right? So yeah, just thought, you know, I'd kind of share that, as it's been something on my mind recently. And just remember, on social media, as so much of what we see on the camera and online nowadays is just based on the perfect image, it really isn't like that off camera, right? So just want to make you aware that, you know, I am just a regular human being like yourself, you know. I need support, I need guidance, I need accountability to keep myself accountable, so I can actually stick with what I want to achieve, right? And so yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed the workouts and maybe some of my facial expressions with the intensity I was working at, right, in my workouts. And yeah, I mean, if you yourself are, let's say, I don't know, how do I word it, of, you know, you're at that stage where, you know, you've mastered calisthenics, like as in the basics, you know, you're very good at pull-ups, you're very good at push-ups, dips. If you don't really know where to go next, then of course, you're always open to send me a DM on either Facebook or Instagram, or I'll also link my email and such in the description below, because I know how difficult it was, you know. It's very easy kind of understanding, you know, the basics of what to get towards, but when kind of progressing from there to not actually get stronger, but to actually remain injury free, it takes a bit more research and understanding of body weight exercises and that, relative to just adding weight to the barbell or the dumbbell. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, like I said, you can feel free to send me a DM if you'd like. And as I said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a cheeky thumbs up to let me know you liked it, and comment down below what you thought of this video and what you thought of this workout as a whole. I'd love to know and interact with you on that note. So with that said, if you, God, I just say with that said too much, but anyway, with that said, if Subscribe to the channel if you had already. Share this with a friend or friends you believe would benefit from these gains. And so that's enough for me today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, my friend, as a crew member of the Gains Show Express. Keep moving forward. I'll see you in the next video.